Halo Infinite delayed to 2021. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot. And the newly released movie by David Ayer, The Tax Collector, featuring Shia LaBeouf.
We're live now.
Well, welcome to the Nerd Network Podcast, episode 9. As you guys can see, we have some upgraded equipment here in the studio.
Very nice.
Yes, welcome. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in again. I'm your host, Marcy. I'm here with my other fellow guest here. I'll let everyone go around and kind of introduce themselves again.
I'm Julian.
Blake.
Tobias.
Yes, episode 9. Yeah, so some quick things I want to talk about real quick. The 3 main topics of the day. Halo Infinite delayed to 2021. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot. And the newly released movie by David Ayer, The Tax Collector, featuring Shia LaBeouf. I don't know how you say his name right.
It's LaBeouf. Oh, all right.
No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
We'll figure it out by the end of the episode.
Who said that?
Oh, man. So, yeah, Halo Infinite, Halo 6. It's pushed back to 2021.
I have never owned an Xbox because Xbox sucks.
Sucks.
Xbox is
Damn.
trash.
Damn.
Oh,
Say it
man.
again.
I wouldn't go that far with it.
I would.
I had an Xbox.
Xbox is inferior
There
to
goes our
both Sony PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, and whatever else there is.
Oh, my gosh. There goes our Microsoft
Right.
sponsorship right there out the window.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always had an Xbox. I've enjoyed Halo.
I had
Other
a-
games, Fusion Frenzy.
I bought an Xbox 360 only because of Halo. When it first came out, I thought Halo.
And I kind of feel like that's like the
Everybody?
only. Yeah. You get an Xbox to play Halo.
Basically, yeah. I really hate how games are like that. How you have to own like every system to play the games that you want to play.
Well, that's
like,
why you just buy the PlayStation. It's got the best exclusives.
I
have
agree.
a
I have a PlayStation
Yeah.
myself.
But I
haven't had-
have to play Super Smash Brothers. I have to play Super
Yeah.
Smash. So
Right.
like I just have to buy a Switch.
a Switch. Well, nowadays you need a Switch. That's essential.
But yeah.
Either a PlayStation or Xbox, and then I recommend a PC.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And you can play everything.
Yeah, my little brother is a serious like gamer. So.
Yeah.
I feel like for at least me, and maybe our age group, that Halo was the first video game where you're playing friends online.
Oh, yeah.
Around that time period, what were you
Like
playing?
online.
SOCOM. I was playing SOCOM.
Oh.
True. That was on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
PlayStation 1 or 2?
2?
Definitely
3?
two.
2?
Okay.
What year did that
Definitely
come
not
out?
one.
'Cause
that's
Early
like network.
2000s.
Yeah.
Late. Early 2000s.
Because, I mean, I'm in high school. Like,
Yeah, I was in middle school playing online.
I remember.
I was 7th, 8th grade.
Okay. Because I remember there at the end of the original Xbox, they started coming out with ways that you can play online.
yeah.
On PlayStation 1 though?
No,
I don't know about
That would have been PlayStation 2. They just shut down the PlayStation 2 servers like a year
Yeah.
or two ago.
Mhm.
So
It
it
was
had to have been.
PS2.
It had to be PS2.
I don't remember online gaming on PS1.
No,
I don't think
it
they
was
had
a
that.
I
thing.
don't think so either.
I don't think it was a thing.
Yeah.
But for me, I just remember me and my group of friends playing online with each other was Xbox. Like, everyone I felt like was playing online, at least my group of friends.
Right.
I feel like mainstream-wise, Halo 2 was the game that everyone was like,
Oh, yes.
we're getting
Mhm.
online.
I think
Yes.
it was definitely one of those like tidal wave type of surges for online gaming.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for me.
I mean, I think Call of Duty was like the online game though. Like playing zombies.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that
for
was-
sure.
Zombies.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
man.
when online gaming.
Oh, man. Halo, though. I
Well,
didn't realize there's 6 Halos, though.
Yeah. It's quite a bit. Infinite, though, is the latest one.
Yeah, that will be the 6th one.
Yeah.
What happened after 2?
2, they had Halo 3. Oh, God. I don't know I stopped playing after, like, Halo Reach. So I never played, like, 4 or 5 or.
Yeah, I saw that there was, like, other in between, like, the
Mhm.
number games.
Yeah.
Like, between, like, Halo 3 and 4, there was, like, something in between.
There was, I think,
Between Halo 4 and 5, like a Halo Wars thing.
y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was Halo 3, ODST was the one that came after that or something.
I do remember something
Uh-huh.
similar like that. Yeah.
Then you had Halo Reach. Then you had 4, 5. But yeah, there was a couple of games called Halo Wars, which is like an art real time strategy game, kind of like StarCraft.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's out of my expertise.
But don't ask me what the story's about because
No,
I have no
it's
idea.
aliens.
Yeah.
Master Chief.
Is this even gonna be on the podcast?
Hold on. So what are they delaying it for? Was
The
there
coronavirus. The people working on the game can't be in the studio. Well, that's what I saw online. That the people can't go inside and actually work on the computers that they have at the office than compared at home.
I would say, yeah, that's probably the thing that they're going with.
That's their excuse?
Yeah, but I just feel like
You think they're not
because they came out with the trailer and everything for their latest Xbox show, it kind of got a little bit of a backlash from the gaming community that it didn't look next gen enough.
Really?
And yeah, because they're actually it's been developed for the Xbox that we have now. Because they're saying that the new Halo Infinite is going to play on the current Xbox that we have as well as the new one. So they have to develop for the old tech and the new tech. So it's optimized, for the old tech. And
Well, they should have developed it on the new tech.
I agree.
First.
I agree.
That's
Yeah.
a given.
That's silly.
So
Yeah, it
it's
has to be
been pushed back.
backwards.
I'm hoping
They're buying
that
some time.
to buy them some
Buy 'em some
time to
time.
maybe get those graphical limitations up or make it look a little bit prettier.
That'd be cool. But still, I'm probably not going to buy Xbox, though.
No.
Sorry. PS5. Got to support Sony.
What's really interesting to me is so they did announce that Xbox will come out this year, November 9th, I think. But neither Xbox or Microsoft or Sony has set a price yet. And I think they're playing a game of chicken right now because I'm guarantee you that the PlayStation is going to be a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
I thought they released initial pricing for the PS.
No, it was all rumored stuff.
There's
It's all
rumors,
rumors.
like leaks, like Reddit has a bunch of PS5 leaks.
Yeah, there's no
like,
official-
like $700, I think. Was
Yeah,
the price.
that's
set.
kind of what I'm.
But they're always that expensive though when they first come out. Even like the PS2 used to be like, I mean, adjust for inflation, but like even that when it first comes out is super expensive.
Right. Right.
So what everyone needs to go do is go get in debt, go get a Best Buy card, Nebraska Furniture Mart card,
No,
and go buy one.
I mean you wait like 6 months and there's like a price drop.
I always get the second wave. Like I did that with the PS4.
Yep.
I wait until like when PS5 comes out, I'll get a PS4.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Like you think that's a joke, but like I'm serious. Like that's really what I'll probably do.
Oh, that's so
They'll
funny.
be like $120 at every pawn shop in town.
Julian, do you know what this new Halo Infinite's going to be about at all?
Well, it takes place after 5.
Of course.
But briefly, I think, because I never played 5, so I don't know. Like, I watched like a quick 30-minute video of like the story, like sped up, and from basically what I gathered, Cortana eventually becomes like this AI god or something, and now you have to go and fight Cortana. That's as much as I can
Chief's
tell
still
you.
around? Is he still
Yeah,
a
actually, he
character?
comes
Is he
back.
living?
He comes back in this one.
Oh wow, I didn't realize he left.
Yeah. So the
That's
main
so
thing
far.
is that Chief is back, and you're playing as Chief. You're not playing as any other Spartan or anybody else. You're
That's
playing as Master Chief.
Do you guys remember that movie that was supposed to come out a long time ago? A Halo movie?
Well, yeah, that ended up being District 9, wasn't it?
Well, the director ended up doing District 9 instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I didn't know that
Oh,
either.
yeah.
Yeah, they like got down because I watched the interview with the director and they got down there and I don't know if the plug got pulled on it or whatever, but they got down there and they had the money and they had all this equipment and all that stuff, and so they were like, "Well, we've got this other movie we want to do," and they shot District 9.
District 9 would have been. It is way better than whatever they would have produced for Halo.
Yeah, didn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Because I think it either broke a record or it set a record for like the highest grossing movie based off of their budget or whatever. Because
Yeah, it had a really low budget.
yeah, because they weren't supposed to be shooting that. It was supposed to be Halo.
It's a good movie.
Wow.
That's a dang good movie. I'm still waiting for
Yeah.
multiple ones.
Yeah.
But a Halo movie, though, is that something you guys still want to see in 2020 or in the future?
I probably would.
I don't have any interest. Like I said, I didn't have an Xbox. I played it when I went to a friend's house. It never really drew me in.
Man, it was fun.
I guess it just kind of depends. They're so far in the story now that they would have to make a movie either.
The origin of Master
Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah, which is already in the games. So
And is Master Chief a female or a male? Did they decide that yet?
that's a male.
I don't know. I remember for like ever it was like a big
Thing.
thing. They're like they didn't know.
Well, Master Chief is a male, but there's other Spartans, female Spartans, and
That's cool. I want to see some intertwinage going on.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot. Interested? Yes, no, maybe.
Not particularly.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Oh my gosh! But it's supposed to be a drama, not a comedy this time around.
So it's a series.
It's going to be a series.
I don't know. Honestly, I never really like watched the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I mean, I've seen like some episodes here and there, but I've never like watched the entire thing.
Boo this man.
I mean, you've watched every episode.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've seen
Yeah,
that
I'd probably
never-
say,
at least 5 or 6 times.
yeah.
Oh, at least
Yeah.
5 or 6 times. Shoot. Oh,
I
it's
don't
so
know.
good.
Never
I
heard of
mean,
it.
I don't sit down for that kind of television anymore. I think things have evolved so much, especially with. It's not really something that I'm gonna sit down every Thursday night and watch.
But the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, we don't know. It could go straight to HBO Max because HBO actually owns the rights to streaming the Fresh Prince right now.
Oh, okay.
So it's possibly it could go to HBO Max.
I mean, when they make those shows, don't they like develop the whole show and then they like put it up for sale? Basically, they say like, who's the highest bidder?
It just depends. Like it depends on the people putting up the money. Like HBO Max could be like, hey,
Like make this for HBO Max.
yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah,
So that's a
yeah.
possibility
Yeah.
too.
But my question is, so it's not gonna be a comedy; it's gonna be a drama.
Correct.
And Will
So-
Smith is not acting in it.
We don't know yet. So what happened is this guy of Kansas City. I don't know if he's actually from Kansas City, but he was a Kansas City filmmaker. He actually went on the internet and he actually made a fake fan trailer of what it would look like.
I saw that.
Yeah. And then it caught the attention of Will Smith. And Will Smith shared it. He gave that guy the stamp of approval. Fast forward, Will Smith's like, I want to turn this into a real thing.
Yeah,
And
because he like met with the guy, didn't he?
Oh,
And
yeah.
they like, yeah. I remember there was a short video that he did, like meeting him and talking with him, and all that.
Yeah, me and Tobias actually know that gentleman. His name's Morgan Cooper.
Barrel maker.
Yeah, he's used to be a.
He's
He does so much.
he's hella talented. He's like 3 of me. I hate to. I mean, I don't hate to admit that. Like, I just give him props, but he's an incredibly talented, creative
Yeah.
individual. I still think of the music videos that he was
Oh,
doing.
he makes crazy music videos, and he's
Yeah.
a pretty good music producer too as well.
Yeah, he's really talented. He
Yeah.
has some good music out too.
Yeah, but making that fake trailer, I mean that trailer was well done, like amazing well done. It caught
Yeah.
Will Smith's attention.
Right.
And
I
he-
forgot all about that.
Yeah, so Will Smith, I mean, if you remember how good that looked,
Right. Yeah.
and you imagine him having the budget to make an actual series now, which is going to happen now. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen with that series going forward.
So is he? I'm sorry. What was his name?
Morgan Cooper.
Morgan Cooper. Is he behind this? Does he have creative input?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He's
Anything in that?
Yeah, he was just on Twitter today talking about it.
That's
I
awesome.
don't remember.
Yeah.
I can look up what he said.
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I got to see that trailer.
Oh my
it's-
gosh,
it's awesome.
It's so
It's
good.
awesome.
No, it's so good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
There hasn't been much success, I feel like, with spin-off shows.
Who knows? Like I said,
But I'm hoping that
I mean they're calling it a reboot, so it's not going to be a spinoff. But
Okay.
you're right though, a remix,
reimagination.
rendition.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah,
We'll see.
he had retweeted the Hollywood Reporter. There's an article that says the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air drama is in reboot, and he retweeted it and said, "See y'all soon."
Topic number three. The Tax Collector was released over the weekend.
And I'm just gonna get my phone because I didn't watch it.
Oh my gosh. The Tax Collector, Shia LaBeouf, who wasn't really the main actor in this movie. The trailers definitely misled us a little
Yeah,
bit.
I saw that coming.
Is this the movie where he tattooed himself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really tattooed himself
Yeah.
for a movie where he's not the main actor.
Where he's not
Yeah.
the main actor.
Oh,
But
okay.
you see, it's also the tattoo has to do with his parents. It's actually his mom and his dad.
We're talking about real life.
Yeah, real life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he got it. It's not just for the movie. It actually has real meaning to him about his mom and dad. I mean, okay, so this movie, I guess they didn't see it. Me and Julian seen it. Julian, what are your first thoughts about watching it?
This movie.
Yeah,
My thoughts on it. I liked it.
All right, sell me.
yeah.
I liked it.
You liked it?
I did. After giving it a few hours to digest, I ended up liking it. For all the flaws that there were. Well,
Okay, so this is
I
gonna
don't,
be
I don't want to say there's a lot of flaws, but
This is going to be a spoiler-free review of this movie,
which is always hard.
which is always hard.
Give a quick synopsis of what type of movie
Oh my gosh,
this is.
It's your typical Californian drug cartel movie where these two young guys are the young bulls running shit in the drug game.
I wouldn't even say running shit. They're just more like the tax. Well, obviously they collect the taxes from the other.
Well, no one fucks with them.
Yeah, that's true.
No one fucks with them.
That's true.
And, you have someone new coming in trying to take over. And typical drama that happens with that in the gang world.
Yep.
But, Shia LaBeouf is actually the muscle. When I say muscle, he's actually that crazy dude that's not afraid to, like, cut you up, use a drill on your head, chop up body parts. He's a crazy, sick psychopath.
Yeah.
But I did not like this movie. It was a total letdown. I felt like the hype around it was just hype. It wasn't good.
It was definitely hyped up for sure.
But you liked it though.
I did like it. I was expecting to see more of Shia in it.
The reason, as soon as we turned it on, I told Julian this movie's not going to be good. And do you remember why I said it wasn't going to be?
From the font, from the
From the
opening
box art.
credits,
From the graphics. You know when movies start, you get those credits, those intro credits.
Yeah.
It looks like I could have made them.
Damn.
It was so bad.
Those things matter.
They do. Those are the small details. But once I saw it, I was like, if you're going to put that much lack of effort into the intro of this movie, then the rest of the movie's going to probably be garbage.
Is that a symptom of coronavirus or?
It's no.
No, you can make great graphics out of Starbucks on a laptop. On
Yeah.
iPad.
Look, they weren't
Yeah.
bad. It's not like they
You as an artist, Julian.
they could have chose a different font. Yes,
Oh, I want to see these.
but it wasn't terrible.
Oh man, it was just horrible.
I mean,
CGI.
I've seen worse.
I mean, CGI is probably not the right word to use for this, but it was just a horrible intro of graphics that led you into the movie. I mean, the artwork was just weird. I mean,
Opening credits is
the opening,
the thing.
the opening credits artwork.
yeah, the just opening credit scene. Usually there are like studios that specialize in just credits.
Yes, this looked like someone just got a template and just drag and dropped it in. I mean,
that is what we do. So you probably could have done a better job.
Exactly.
And guilty.
Yeah, but I mean,
Oh man.
I don't have a $1 million budget for like that type of stuff, but that alone, I was like, ooh, this might be like a C-list, D-list movie.
So on like a scale of 1 to 10,
Oh my
with 1
gosh.
being the worst and 10 being the best, like
How does it rank with Shia's other movies?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't want to watch it again, not for a little while.
yeah.
It might take me a minute, so automatically to me to rewatch it again has to be a 6.
Sure.
So it's not a 6.
Well-
I'll give it a 5.
So
I'll
it
give it
was
a
just
5.
average.
Yeah, it's very average. Like if it was on TV, like normal, like I'm visiting my parents who have cable and it's on, I'd watch it,
Yeah, sure.
but I wouldn't rent it. And if I would have saw this in theaters, I would have been really upset.
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I still give it like a 6 though.
I mean,
liked it.
watching it though, on Amazon Prime for $6.99, I'm so glad they priced it at that instead of the $19.99.
They knew what they had.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, and that's another reason. I was like, in our group chat, I was like, it's only $6.99. Why?
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
And I told Julian, probably they did that so they could double their sales. Because if people knew it was $19.99, they watched that movie,
They'd be mad.
they would be really mad.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, the action was cool. I can't give any spoilers away, but when people get messed up in this movie,
Yeah.
it's very graphic and very brutal.
Very brutal.
And then some of the shootouts, their budget on the action scene was kind of lacking. Do you remember when they're like in the
When they were at the
car place
car place.
and the flash, the gun flash
Oh yeah.
looked very in the explosion?
I would say up to that point. Up to that point, which I liked it. Then it kind of fell off after that.
So this movie was directed by David Ayer, who did Harsh Times. What other movies he's done? Training Day?
Yeah, he did Training Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not think it's the same director.
Well, you think of Training Day as like a classic, sort
Yeah,
of.
but
To a
he did
degree.
Harsh Times. I don't know if you've seen that with Christian Bale.
Uh-uh.
It's basically It's kind of like Training Day. It's very serious tone. I don't know. I just feel like it was lacking so much
So is that like his specialty, like action dramas,
action dramas. Yeah, for sure. But
directions, or actors? Action
I know
dramas?
a lot of people were really upset about Shia playing a Mexican. Everyone was really.
I was gonna ask you, is he supposed to be Hispanic in the movie?
They don't really say.
Or
I never really got that impression either.
No. I mean, he talked.
because I'm picturing like a Sicario. Is he like supposed to look like Sicario, cartel?
The tone of the movie's like that, but no. He's from what the director said himself. He put out there, it was like, this is just a white boy who grew up in the hood.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said.
And I could see
Yeah.
that. Like, now, granted, I'm from Kansas, born and raised, but I've spent time in East LA with girlfriend's family, and I could easily see, like, they live in East LA.
Yeah.
And I saw nothing but people from Hispanic descent for 3 days straight until we got out of East LA.
Oh my
I've never been anywhere like that. I would imagine that's what it would be like in a different country. Like if you're in Asia, seeing people that look like you.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're the
No.
hotel owners, they're the grocery store owners, they're in the barbershops.
Yeah.
And so if you grew up in that, I could see how that could.
Yeah. Miami is the same way.
Yeah.
And I think they got that point across pretty good. in the
Oh, yeah,
movie.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't feel like they were pandering or anything.
no, he wasn't trying to be a cholo.
He didn't have
wasn't-
like an accent, or
No.
I mean,
did he use any Spanish?
He did use
slang.
some Spanish. And
Well, I mean, like,
Well, his-
you might learn Spanish though, just living
Oh, yeah.
there.
Well, his
I mean,
character knew Spanish.
Yeah.
in that line of work, he would have to.
Well,
Yeah,
lots of
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, but it.
I'm not part of like the PC culture, so just like
Well, yeah, they've made a big uproar about it, but I mean, like, that white guy that's down.
But there are lots
Right.
of white people who grow up around Hispanic neighborhoods or black neighborhoods
Dude,
that
I know-
act.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
We're getting off topic.
That's a whole thing.
Okay.
But-
Movie. So you give it a 5.
Yeah, I give the movie a 5.
You give it a 6.
I gave it a 6.
I'm probably not gonna watch it. Just segueing into Shia LaBeouf. I'm not. If I see a Shia LaBeouf movie, I'm not gonna watch it because Shia LaBeouf's in it.
Oh man.
Like,
Oh man. You haven't seen enough of his movies.
no, and I haven't. I
And
really
that's
haven't.
perfectly fine, because that's what we're gonna.
I'm not. He's cool. Like, I don't
Oh,
have any
man.
problems with him.
He's a really good actor.
Yeah.
Um,
When I scrolled through his like catalog and I forgot that he was actually in Constantine. I forgot he was like Constantine's sidekick.
and he played that.
basically.
He played
Yeah,
that role
really good.
Really good. He had a
Yeah,
lot
he was
of
like
roles.
Chaz Kramer. I'm Chaz Kramer. Like, he did a really good job in that movie. Like,
Oh,
I
no.
totally didn't even realize that it was
Yeah.
him.
He's in a lot of movies like that have little role in.
Yeah, but he kills him. Like,
was
he
in-
kills the role.
Yeah, he was an iRobot.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
an iRobot
Yeah, I
with
scrolled through his little
Yeah.
history and he was. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
remember
remember.
him too. He like even if his role is super small, he still just like acts. What was that viral video? He's like, just
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 do
do
it.
do it. You know, just
Do it.
do
Yeah.
like he just.
And that could be said with this movie too. I think he
Oh, he killed
he
his
killed
role.
his
Yeah.
He
the
killed his role.
Well, he
Yeah.
just puts so much emotion. Like
Yeah, he's
he literally got tattooed in real life.
He's a method actor for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he puts a lot of emotion and just feeling into all of his roles.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he just totally buys into the character and just goes all out.
Yeah.
So
But no, he did a really good job in this movie. I wish he was the main character, which he wasn't.
So who's the main actor?
Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. It's this other Mexican guy. Oh my gosh, Bobby Soto. I have no idea what is he from. I didn't recognize him.
I don't
And
know.
the whole time I thought the movie was gonna be about Shia's character, but it wasn't. It was
Yeah.
about this other guy.
I was sold as this was like Shia's movie, like his spotlight movie.
Oh man.
Like what was the one before Honey Boy?
Yeah.
Boy?
Well,
Honey
we're
Boy.
we're gonna talk about that. But to wrap this part up, that movie was a 5 to me. Julian,
a 6 to me.
the one difference.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue that he said a 6. I don't know. I was just let down.
It was a letdown.
I mean, it's 6. It could have been a 7 or 8.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. I feel like they tried to rush this movie, and they tried to make it like maybe like a hood classic, from Mexican hood classic. It's nowhere near like Blood in Blood Out. It's nowhere near like not like a Scarface movie.
Mhm.
It's not like one of those type movies. It's a little bit lower than that, but they tried. They tried. Yeah. Before we go into the last topic, I want to go around the table and talk about what is something you guys watched recently that you want to recommend to each other or the people watching this podcast right now. Tobias, you go first. I know you had one.
A Kid from Coney Island on Netflix, which is the documentary of Stephon Marbury, which is just the documentary itself is just incredibly done, filmed, and they have like these cool claymation breaks in between that are just super dope. Anyway, if you don't know who Stephon Marbury is, he was like basically an NBA superstar, who after you watch the documentary, you realize that he was like very misunderstood and put in tough situations, and he ended up leaving to go play in China. And he was kind of like the first big NBA player to go play in China, and now the NBA is very prevalent in China with like LeBron James going over and stuff. So, but the documentary is so well done because they interview everyone that they can possibly interview to talk about Stephon Marbury, and they don't talk to Stephon Marbury until like the last 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And when he comes on screen, it's like an incredible scene.
That's cool.
Because it's like you're talking about this guy for like an hour and a half, and then all of a sudden, like, here he is. Like imagine if like I interviewed everyone in your life about you and didn't talk to you until like the very last segment. But the final scene of the documentary, it's an incredibly emotional scene. They're like in this barbershop. I don't want. It's really good. It's called A Kid from Coney Island. But Stephon Marbury was also the basketball player who had the really cheap sneakers in Kmart. So like, he was a huge NBA superstar, and he was good. Like, he was really good. And when he came out with his sneaker line, he partnered with a lower brand and offered them for $20 at Kmart, and they were called Starburys, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
They talk about that in the.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they talk about like why he did it, because he grew up super poor in Coney Island, New York, and he comes from a family who of all like they were all basketball players that never went pro, but they played like pro in college, and they all just wanted to go to the league. Like, it's been his family's dream for like to go to the league, and finally here's Stephon, who like he goes to the league finally, and he makes this multiple generational dream like come true. But it's just really well done.
That's cool. I'll check
Yeah.
that out. That sounds pretty cool. Blake, Jillian, you guys have one in your mind yet?
Yeah. Something that was surprisingly.
It better be good.
Oh, it was incredible. Uppity, the Willie T. Ribbs documentary. He was one of the first African American race car drivers coming up from the 70s into the 80s and early 90s. Again, I'm not going to go super in depth in it, but you want to see how up until very recently, some of the barriers that people of color have had to go through, not only in predominantly white sports,
Of course.
but also internationally. Even where race and things may not be as big of a factor, the other limiting factors, being an American was a problem at one point. And so it's an incredible story about a kid who taught himself to drive on his grandfather's farm, to winning, formula races in Europe. They interview a lot of drivers who are now retired, and some of their kids are even familiar with them. But all the big names you can think of, and they all admit that this guy, even though he had very limited opportunities, they rank him up there with some of the best to ever do it. And I had, up until that point, had never even heard of him.
Where can you watch this at?
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. I implore you, especially with the climate and where things are at today, I recommend everybody sit down. It's so well shot. He's such a personality. He's such a firehouse. Back then, to be the only person in the sport that looks like you doing something and having the loudest mouth, it makes it very interesting. And so, yeah, he's an interesting character. I would definitely recommend sitting down to watch that one.
Very cool.
Cool.
Everyone's talking about documentaries, and
I don't have a documentary.
I don't have.
I like documentaries.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I gotta check those out though. Those do sound interesting, especially the race car one.
Yeah.
I have been watching on Netflix The Midnight Gospel.
Oh, the animated.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
You haven't?
No.
It's different, you know. So to speak briefly on it, it basically talks about all sorts of different things: religion, reincarnation, love, death, all of it, basically. But it's different. It's a cartoon.
Is it episodic series?
Yeah, I think there's like 8 episodes in it. But that's going to be the most challenging thing because the animation is very unorthodox. It's very crazy and wild, psychedelic almost. So it's distracting at first, but the dialogue in that show is actually incredibly smart. And it's kind of set up in a podcast type of format. He goes, the main character explores different universes and different planets, and he interviews creatures from those planets, and they just start talking about life and everything.
That'd be
sounds
interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
I encourage y'all to check it out. But like I said, the animation is pretty wild. But the dialogue, the dialogue is really good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's it called? Let people know.
The Midnight Gospel on Netflix.
Oh, that's cool.
I think they're planning a season 2.
Nice. So it's new.
Yeah.
It's new. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I think
It's relatively new. Yeah,
yeah, relatively
like
new.
maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
within the last 6
Definitely
months.
this year. Yeah.
Yep.
Check it out. That sounds really cool. No, I finished watching. I binged this whole entire series. There's only 2 seasons worth. It's called Barry with Bill Hader, and it is so funny, and the dude can act. I thought he was just a comedian. He's not really too much of a comedian at all in this series. But the series about him being a hitman, and him being a hitman. I'm gonna ruin the first episode for you guys, but he's a hitman, and he goes to go kill his target, his mark, and he actually follows his target into a improv theater acting class, and then the mark actually talks to him into, hey, my partner didn't show up. Do you want to read these lines with me on stage? And then he gets the acting bug and decides, I want to become an actor. And then he ends up like being friends with his mark for the first episode. And then it's basically him trying to decide if he wants to be a hitman and be an actor at the same time. And it's, like I said, it's starring Bill Hader. He's also a writer for the show. And it also has Harry Winkler in it, which is the Fonz from Happy Days. He's in it. He's actually the theater coach, the acting coach. But I can't say too much without giving it away. But just imagine, if you like Dexter, just imagine Dexter, but a little bit of comedy thrown into it. Just barely a little bit of comedy.
Is this season 1 through 4 Dexter or 4 through 8?
Oh my god!
There's a significant drop off.
I mean, oh man, probably the beginning, where it's just Bill Hader. When I say he's a badass, he's a badass, and I would never think I would ever say Bill Hader's a badass from being on Saturday Night Live and all his other comedian acting roles he's ever taken, but he's pretty badass in this series. But it's on HBO Max. Definitely check it out. They were filming season 3, but with the pandemic going on, they had to stop filming. But I guess whenever they get back to it, they're going to go ahead and film season 4. So there will be 2 more seasons after this for sure. But HBO Max or HBO. It's funny. Check it out. It's hilarious. But yes, that will be our new segment that I wanted to do every week. Something we all recommend called Recommendations.
Tell us your recommendations in the YouTube comments
Yes, please do.
or
And
Facebook comments or wherever it is you're seeing it.
yeah, please do, and we can review it on the show. But if you've been following us, and the last couple episodes we've been going over an actor and their career. Today we are going to talk about Shia LaBeouf. What are you guys' first thoughts of Shia?
Was Holes his first movie?
Yeah, I think he was on Disney, wasn't he?
Even Stevens, man.
Evan Stevens movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Holes was
Technically,
like his first, I think, big movie.
His big movie thing.
Yeah, well, he was basically like a child actor back then.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, even Stevens though. Gosh, I hated Even Stevens.
Really?
I hated Shia's character. The only reason I watched the show is because his sister was cute.
Ren.
Yeah, Ren. I thought she was so cute. But I hated Shia's character. I hated Beans. Oh, I hated Beans so much. Gosh.
I watch zero Disney
I don't remember
child
seeing that.
shows ever.
Yeah.
I like
It wasn't
Stevens.
animated, and like, yeah, I didn't watch Disney.
I think
shows
I
at
watched
all.
more iCarly. Anyway, we're talking about what's his name?
Shia LaBeouf.
That guy.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
The booth.
No, I like Shia LaBeouf. I think he's a good actor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in some. He's had a strange run of movies like Holes and Transformers, and then in the good movie, well,
That's what we're gonna get into.
I guess in like the better films, he gets a smaller role, and I don't know if he's ever. Okay, I haven't seen that many Shia LaBeouf
That's
movies.
fine. I feel like a lot of people haven't.
But I haven't seen like a Shia LaBeouf lead role that's
man.
like really good.
Okay, we're gonna go into a little bit. Did you ever watch Disturbia?
No.
Oh man,
No.
that was
Disturbia-
pretty good.
Disturbia was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It
Was he
like
the
a-
lead actor in Disturbia?
Yeah, it was like there's a crime going on in his neighborhood that he's trying to
Oh, okay.
figure out.
Mhm.
I won't say too much about that, but that's a good one. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good start if you're gonna watch
Okay.
some Shia LaBeouf movies. Eagle Eye.
Yeah.
Oh, Eagle Eye was.
I watched
Oh
that.
yeah,
Oh,
Eagle
man.
Eye's good.
Eagle Eye was.
Oh man.
Yeah. I liked Eagle
I
Eye.
think that was like
Yeah.
the first Blu-ray disc that I owned like, when it
Nice.
first came out. You know.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, back to Tobias talking like that. There were some little roles that he took on that he wasn't the lead actor in. Indiana Jones.
Yep. That was the next
Mm.
thing I was thinking
Indiana
about.
Jones. Did you guys like it?
Haven't seen it.
The
Oh, really?
the movie.
The
They really stretch the what is it, the whatever
alien-
of disbelief, like they
The
really
alien thing?
stretched it.
Oh, the
not,
part,
not even necessarily with the
the
aliens.
part where the atomic bomb went off.
yeah, and he
went
like
inside the-
survived, and I get it. Like there's other things in previous movies, like the thing in the cave where the dude pulls his heart from his chest or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
in earlier movies.
yeah.
So I get there should be a level of suspension of disbelief, but that movie they pulled out all the stops on that one.
With them introducing as Shia LaBeouf as supposed to be, we were all hoping that he was going to be the next Indiana Jones.
Right.
But I feel like they forced it too much in this movie. Like they were trying to make him too cool. Did you think that? That's what I thought. Give him a leather jacket. Hair slick back. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. I didn't think about that before. I think he would have been a great Indiana Jones, if I'm being honest.
Like, do you think he could take over the series?
Yeah, I think he's got enough.
Well, I mean, back then.
Right.
Like back then, you thought he could have.
Oh no.
See?
Yeah,
Okay.
he would have to. You would have to be older
Yeah.
because you
like
kind of
now.
have to have. Yeah, like now, like
Now
because
you
you
could.
kind of have to have that almost like rugged James Bond type
I can see that.
personality. You got to be smooth with the ladies and still be intelligent with the artifacts and things like that.
Did you guys hate him in Transformers that much, or was it just a movie in general?
I just
that
hate
made it?
Transformers.
I don't see.
I didn't hate Transformers.
I didn't hate
I mean,
Transformers. There's a lot of hate that I don't understand when
And
it
it's-
comes to Transformers.
And it's funny, people hate it now, but when it came out, they weren't talking that shit before.
I mean that it was
there's a lot of them.
it was in that era in the mid 2000s where they were doing things on screen that had never been
Yeah,
done.
That's true.
For sure.
In
That's true.
like now that kind of stuff is normal. Like my son will pull up Disney, Hulu, Netflix, whatever, and he can watch the most incredible things. You know, when I was 6 years old and I had, Batman with nipples and different, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze, like that wasn't what it is now. And so I think Transformers gets more crap than it should. I mean, granted, I think some of it is just, but
But I mean, do you think Shia's character? Some people think Shia's character ruined the movie.
really,
Yeah,
I would say he kept it grounded.
I think so too.
I thought he did well. in
His
the movie.
relationship with the Autobots, his relationship with B,
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
like
It's so good.
yeah.
I
Well,
think-
especially because like you're literally not talking to anyone when you're
Yeah.
acting. Like you're talking to a guy in a green
Oh
suit.
yeah, that takes
That
talent.
takes some talent. That does
shout
take
out to the
some-
kid that played Mowgli.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought he kept the movie grounded. There's not.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I'm not like I wouldn't say I'm a Transformers fan, but like
He did good in it.
they're good. I
He did
mean,
really
they're
good,
they're
right?
okay. They're cool movies. Like I'll put them on if I want to clean the house or something. But I'm not gonna.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I granted I did. How many Transformers are there?
4, 5.
4 or 5.
There's also that Bumblebee one,
Yeah.
the standalone.
Yeah, Bumblebee. Yeah.
But back to Shia though. Fury. He was in Fury.
Yes.
And I think he
Damn
did
good.
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that movie was incredible.
You want to talk about method actors?
Oh my gosh.
And his castmates like complain that he wouldn't shower and like
Yeah.
That's what I
His
like about
teeth,
him.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
like,
for sure.
He is a method actor.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I brought it up last week that he actually cut himself to get a scar on his face for that role.
In Fury.
Yeah.
No, in tax.
Tax
No,
Collector?
he did it. He did it in Fury.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
He did it in Fury, but I was just when we talked about Tax Collector last time, that's what made me think about it for some
I
reason.
got you.
But yeah, he cut his face in Fury for that movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they said that movie took a lot out of the entire cast because weren't they in that tank for like 12 hours a day?
Oh, I can only
Mhm.
like
imagine. filming.
shooting. They
I
were
can
in.
imagine.
They lived in that thing.
Yeah, I mean, Shia, I think he did a good job. I mean, he was acting with Brad Pitt and the Pena. What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good actor too.
Yeah.
But the fact that Shia was holding his own with those guys.
Yeah, he was going lockstep with them.
Yeah. So as of right now, the movie's all be brought up. Pretty good acting.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
mean, it's good.
Yeah. Borg versus McEnroe.
Oh, the tennis one.
That was so good.
Did you see
I
that
didn't
one?
see that one.
That one
I
was.
You didn't? I thought we watched it.
Dude, he plays that. Oh my! I got chills right now. That was a good. That was
Oh.
good acting.
It's underrated. It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Is
Definitely
it?
go watch it. Oh yeah,
Was
it's
he main in that one?
yeah. He's
Yeah,
he's the
yeah.
main guy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's between like these two of the biggest. It's like Nadal and Federer now. Like these two
Okay.
highly competing tennis players, like top of their game. The other guy's like real. Not to get
They're
the
total
movie away.
opposites. They're
Yeah,
total
one
opposites.
guy is like real chill, calm, and Shia LaBeouf's character has anger management issues. He's got problems.
Yeah,
And
he's the bad boy of the tennis.
yeah, yeah. And in a sport where you're not, it's like everybody's very uppity and real
Yeah.
classically all that sort of thing. And so, but he kills it in that
Oh,
role.
he does, and that's just that movie went under the radar. When I first saw he was doing this movie, I'm like, a tennis movie?
Yeah,
I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
And I saw a trailer, and I was like, oh man, he's
Yeah.
acting his ass off in this.
and he did.
Mhm.
Like we've talked about other actors and how you can tell when you can look at an actor and see that they're acting, or you can get drawn into the movie
yeah.
and you're drawn into that whole thing. Like
Yeah.
you're rooting for him, but you dislike him.
Because he's doing a good job.
Right.
He's doing his job as acting as I'm the bad guy in this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. Like you're like, there's times where you hate that character, but you're rooting for him. It's an awesome movie.
Oh yeah, it's so good. Like I said, I don't really like tennis, but that made me a fan of tennis.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
so
sure.
good. Oh, it's so
for
good.
sure.
Yeah, so definitely go watch that.
So out of like all the Shia LaBeouf movies, like what? I mean,
Well, I didn't even talk about Honey Boy yet. Honey Boy was really good.
Honey Boy was.
I didn't see that.
so what's like the one that I should go watch like tomorrow?
Man, there's too many now. Like Borg versus McEnroe.
That would definitely be like if I'm
That sounds like the most interesting one to
if
me.
if
I'm gonna
I had to
probably
put
watch
3 on a list, that one is definitely on the list.
Okay.
See, to me it's weird because I might put Honey Boy above it because he also did write it, direct it, produce it.
Well, I don't think like when I'm thinking of a list, I'm not thinking this like numerically. Like this
Yeah.
is just
Mhm.
Well,
3
it-
movies you can't go wrong.
Sure.
Shia
Yeah,
LaBeouf.
okay.
But Honey Boy is really good because it tells a story, and the fact that he plays his dad in the movie is incredible.
Yeah.
Really well done. And you learn a little bit more about his life and why he is the way he is,
Yeah.
which is really cool. And like I said, he plays his dad. Gosh, Honey Boy was really good.
Is
Man Down. Did you guys ever see that one?
I don't think I saw that one.
He's like in the army. He gets out of the army. I can't ruin it. I can't say too much besides he's in the military and I can't go watch the trailer because I can't talk about too much besides he's in the military, comes home. He has really bad what do you guys call it? PTSD?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my acronyms are all weird.
Post traumatic stress disorder.
Yes, from the military, and he plays that. I wanted to cry when I watched it. Like, it's like this generation's Jarhead, in a way. And man, yeah, I would put that on the list too. So I would put Man Down, Borg versus McEnroe, and Honey Boy.
Wow. Not even Peanut Butter
Oh
Falcon.
my gosh, Peanut Butter Falcon! How did I forget Peanut Butter
I
Falcon?
like that one more than I did Honey Boy. honest.
Man, it's just a good wholesome movie.
Yeah.
A good story.
Wholesome sandwich. Peanut butter what?
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Jelly?
Peanut butter
Okay. Falcon.
You haven't seen that?
No.
There's a famous DJ named Peanut Butter Wolf.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
So
I'm assuming you haven't seen Peanut Butter Falcon either.
no.
Well, Honey Boy and Peanut Butter Falcon really weren't in main theaters though.
Yeah, a lot of his movies I don't really they don't get a lot of traction.
Yeah.
Well, another
because-
thing would happen is he had this deal with Amazon Prime. This is when Amazon Prime started like, we don't want you to create movies for the theaters. We want you to create movies for their streaming service. So there was a lot of back and forth, like, are we going to put it in theaters or are we going to put it on Amazon Prime?
Oh, was Honey Boy Amazon Prime thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, then
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
Because I
Yeah.
remember seeing him do interviews for it, and then I remember hearing nothing about it
Yeah,
afterwards.
because they did it so quick. They
Yeah.
wanted it to like hurry up and get into Amazon Prime.
Not to get too far off from Shia LaBeouf's topic, but Tom Hanks was upset that his submarine movie, which I can't think of the name of it now, was Apple TV exclusive, and Tom Hanks kind of was like, "This is bullshit. Like, I'm an actor. Like, I'm Tom Hanks, and he has every right to say that because he's Tom Hanks. But like, my movie should be in theaters. Like, my movie should be able to be seen by everybody, not some Apple TV exclusive shit. What
Yeah.
the hell's the name of
I
that movie
can't think
now?
what it's called either.
The trailer looks really good,
It
but
did look
I'm
really
not.
good.
I'm really not gonna get Apple TV just to
Yeah.
watch the
And
movie.
that's why he's mad, because
Yeah.
me, who I am a fan of Tom Hanks, I'm not going to get Apple TV to watch it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
And that's what he's upset about, which is rightfully so, I think.
Yeah, but
That's
if
dumb.
there's like an article where Tom Hanks was voicing his exact opinion about some of that stuff that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So, but I only say all that to ask if that hurt Shia.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah, because I don't even.
And it was only out in select theaters, which really made me mad. I'd go all the way to Kansas City to watch it.
Yeah.
I never watch Amazon. I mean, I have it, but unless I know that I'm gonna rent a movie,
Right.
I don't even open Amazon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well,
sure.
I brought it up, and I think the first podcast I was on, like, The Boys is the only drawing factor.
Right, and I still haven't started.
Oh, man.
I mistakenly started Umbrella Academy.
We talk about the boys way too much on this podcast.
Did you like Umbrella Academy?
I just started it.
Oh.
It's okay. I mean,
that's kind of how I felt.
We're going off topic. Back to Shia LaBeouf.
I don't have any more
Keep
input.
going.
For Shia LaBeouf.
No.
I'm done.
Lawless. That's the one I was going to bring up, too.
Oh, killed it in Lawless.
Yeah, he was.
The family was actually mad because the kids of Shia's character, they felt he played too much of a, he was the softest of the brothers,
Yeah, which is true.
and so which is true.
In the movie, it was,
Right.
I don't know about real life.
And so they were upset. But as far as acting, I mean, he was there with Tom Hardy, and I'm sorry, I forget the other gentleman's name.
I can't think of his name either. It's horrible. I can't think of
But
his
yeah,
name.
but he's a great actor too.
Yeah, yeah.
And he again lockstep with all those guys.
Yeah, so another movie I want to bring up was Wall Street. Did you watch that one?
Wall Street.
With Shia LaBeouf and Michael Douglas. It's the spinoff or the continuation of the Charlie Sheen movie with Michael Douglas. Damn,
Didn't see that one.
I watch too many movies, I guess.
Yes.
I watch way too many movies.
Yes, you do. Get a
But-
job.
But back to
And cut that out.
back to what I was saying though. Shia LaBeouf though, good actor, okay actor,
Good.
bad actor,
He's a good actor.
Good.
and he's so young still.
Yeah.
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 There's still a lot of Shia LaBeouf left.
Yeah,
I don't think we've seen the best yet.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, I think the best is yet to come.
Yeah, only time will tell. He's good. What do you guys rate him though? Between 1 to 10 as an actor. I know Tobias hasn't seen all of his movies.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen them all.
with
So
the-
like I mean,
Well, I can go first. I'm gonna give him.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give him a solid 8. I
was
know
gonna
that's
say.
pretty high,
yeah.
but since I've seen everything he's done, like everything I brought up today, the only movies I don't like from him is Holes.
yeah.
Even Stevens movie.
Well,
Well, he was a child.
I know,
kid.
but I'm just saying
Can't
though.
even really
Man,
count
Well, I'm
way
just
to
saying.
beat up
movies,
on a
so-
child.
But if I'm
Look
if
at
I'm
the
talking
mercy,
about his,
goddamn.
but if I'm talking about his whole filmography, only 2 movies I don't like.
Right.
Right.
That's
Because
pretty
when
tough.
you were a kid, it
Exactly.
speaks volumes
well, you
of-
got to also put.
But that's what I'm saying
Yeah,
though.
You
I-
got to
I
grade those
see, yeah.
differently. Anyway, I would give him a 7.5, but that's just because I also haven't seen like half of those movies that you rattled off. So, but I like him. I think he's good. I'd say 7.
Yeah.
7.5.
That's where I was going. 7.5.
I'd say an 8 as well.
Cool.
simply because I feel like he really gets into his character and
Yeah.
goes above and beyond.
And I might bump that up to an 8 too if I watch a couple more. I just haven't.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of time to dive into long movies.
Makes sense. Well, now you know which ones to watch now. Honey Boy, Borg versus McEnroe.
I definitely am
McEnroe.
going to watch that Borg versus McEnroe.
McEnroe.
I'm definitely going to watch that.
I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. And then Peanut Butter Falcon. And they're all 3 different movies, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, his range is like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like wild. Like he acts in so many different styles of movies.
Oh, yeah.
And his character is always very vastly different.
Man, it's funny. You think we'll ever go back to doing comedy stuff again? I don't really want to see him back in comedy stuff.
No.
I can't see him.
I
going
think
back.
that he has so much depth. I think
Yeah.
it'd be almost a disservice to, I mean, unless he was gonna be like the straight man, like unless he was gonna be the guy that's the straight guy. I don't think that he could be. I couldn't see him in that. I mean, when you see him in the other movies that he's been in, I don't know.
I want him to prove us all wrong and do a comedy. That'd be the funniest movie of the year.
Mall Cop 3.
Oh, yeah. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap this up now. Thank you for listening. Hopefully this sounds way better than it did before.
If it's even recording, I don't even know how this works.
Oh,
Damn.
no. Oh, no. Well, thank you for watching the Nerd Network podcast. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and whatever other platforms like Spotify. Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Cool. Bye. See you guys.
See you next week.
Bye.
Later.